All right, welcome to today's show. We're going to rock and roll and jump in. So today we're going to talk about strategy. Strategy's been on the rise recently, hitting 412, 413 on Friday. Will it go, or on Thursday, I should say, will it go higher on Monday and reach even newer heights and liquidate even more of the shorts? TD Cowen gives strategy a higher price rating, and we're going to go into that today as well. And we're going to talk about their overall game plan and what it looks like for the future of strategy and also the future of Bitcoin. So exciting things, not financial advice, not tax advice, not legal advice in the video. Let's rock and roll and jump in right now. So MSTR up about 210% over the last year or so. The stock has soared and is continuing to crush it. They're winning big. We know they're not just a software company anymore. They're the biggest corporate Bitcoin holder on earth. There's 147 other Bitcoin companies on the planet now that are copying MSTR's playbook. So MSTR is a popular way to gain exposure to Bitcoin without owning it. Lots of people are in for it, for the leverage play on it. Bitcoin goes up 1%. Strategy historically has gone up 2%. Let's see if that continues into the future. Want to invest in Bitcoin, but don't want to buy Bitcoin directly? MSTR stock is an option, not financial advice, just theory here. And strategy now has over 597,000 Bitcoin worth $64 billion. That's 597,000 reasons MSTR is booming. No other company in the world has this much Bitcoin. They are the king of corporate Bitcoin, and no matter what's happening with other treasuries around the world springing up, they continue to rock it. Happy July 4th to you guys as well. So strategy bought 4,980 Bitcoin at $106,800 per coin in June. They continue to buy every week. Monday, they're going to tap the ATM again. They're going to do preferred shares, probably more of common shares as well on Monday, and there'll probably be a big buy on Monday. So we're excited about that, and I assume the trend is going to continue up this week, and I'm bullish on it. So even with Bitcoin above 100K, actually 110K now, 107,000 as of today's price, they're still buying. Why? Because they believe it's going much higher. Strategy continues to buy. They added 69,140 Bitcoin in quarter two, above analysts' estimate about that. There's crushing expectations of strategy going higher. Wall Street agrees with it. TD Cowen even gave them a rating of potentially going to $590 price point. And TD Cowen thought they would buy 66,000 this past quarter, and they bought more. We also know that the news is that they qualified for the S&P 500. Now the only thing is, will they get approved in September? And if they get approved, it is big passive income, billions and billions of dollars going into strategy. And that is very exciting news. So if strategy gets added to the S&P 500, this could be pretty cool, and a little comedy on this.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit.
There you go. No, couldn't have been said better right there.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
There you go. So the truth is that we may be going higher. I think we can handle it, but the rest of the world can't handle it. And we're going to see some big stuff coming in the game here. So billions in unrealized gains from strategy, something like $14 billion. They haven't sold yet, but on paper, they're billions of dollars richer, and they may go potentially higher and higher and higher in terms of their gains coming over the year. So Saylor says Bitcoin is the most valuable asset of this era. It's no surprise. I mean, more and more people are bullish. More and more Bitcoin treasury companies are springing up every single day, buying more Bitcoin. And if you watch my video the other day, you'll see that treasuries in Q2 bought more Bitcoin than ETFs. That's a huge statistic. I think it was 131,000 Bitcoin bought by treasuries, Bitcoin treasury companies, 111,000 bought by ETFs. And if you also saw the video yesterday, you'll see that the fees that are coming in as a result of the Bitcoin ETF with BlackRock is $187 million a year. It is crushing the majority of the ETFs and the majority of other funds that BlackRock has in terms of fees that they're collecting. So you think they're going to continue to promote Bitcoin? I think so. Saylor is 100% sure Bitcoin is the future. So am I. I mean, there's no doubt Bitcoin is the future. It's here. It's a big game. You know what I'm saying? No distractions, no diversions. Just keep buying Bitcoin. That's what he does. Strong buy rating. I shared this weeks ago with Wall Street. 11 buys, 1 sell. So most of Wall Street thinks it's a buy rating for MSTR. Let's see what they know, but I think they're in the know with us as well, and we're going to keep rocking. Most experts are still saying buy MSTR, even after a big run over the last year and a big run last year in 2024, a huge run. So It's continuing to make moves too. I was watching some technical analysis yesterday of MSTR. It's making moves like it was making in 2024 right now. And we could have much, much, much higher highs. And this is very exciting. TD Cowen sees a 47% upside with a 590 price target. That's a financial institution giving you some of their analysis. We will see if they are correct. All right. That's almost $200 more than where it is now. Not quite, because it's a 403 right now. So almost 200, but that's kind of correct. All right. So owning 4% of all Bitcoin, analyst estimate shows that strategy may hold 850,000 Bitcoin in 2027. I think that is a slam dunk home run that they will buy another 250,000 Bitcoin over the next 2 years. I believe that's true as well. And that would mean that they would own 4.1% of all Bitcoin that ever exists. One company, Saylor playbook, kicking ass. There you go. That's the news. So they do it, and they're going to do it Monday again. The ATM offerings, they may issue new shares of common shares. They may issue preferred stock, and they continue to raise money. It's like printing money to print more Bitcoin profits. But the only difference is when strategy actually prints more money, the difference with strategy is they're actually printing paper, which is issuing stock, issuing shares for people to buy. They take that money, that dirty fiat, and then they buy more Bitcoin, versus the US, who will print more of that dirty fiat, and it weakens and lessens the value of your dollar, which is why avocados and eggs and groceries and everything is so expensive these days when they print all this goddamn money. It's crazy, right? All right, let's continue on. All right. So if US policies or global tax laws change, it could shake MSTR. This is the risk that happens. I don't think that there's going to be changes in US policies right now, at least not while Trump's in. It's a crypto-friendly, Bitcoin-friendly administration, and we know this. It's a high-risk, high-reward stock. So if you're just getting introduced to this for the first time, I would not recommend that anybody go out and do anything except get educated on this and understand what strategy is, what Bitcoin is. If you don't understand strategy, get educated on Bitcoin first, because if you don't understand Bitcoin, you're not going to understand strategy. And it's very simple what they're doing. Watch my previous videos, because that's what they do. We got Knox Bill on here saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. This is our time. I'm feeling it in July. Okay, if Bitcoin wins, MicroStrategy flies, aka strategy, actually really strategy, aka MSTR. If Bitcoin crashes, MSTR falls too. All right, so we don't want Bitcoin crashing or MSTR, but those are the risks. You got to watch out. If Bitcoin drops, then strategy could crash harder. And we saw this a couple months ago. And anybody who's lived through this, I've been living through strategy for a little while right now, since 2024, watching it up, down. 2020, I bought my first shares of strategy. So I've been watching this stock for 5 years. So it's not for the faint-hearted. Pay close attention. All right. Now, Bitcoin, we know where it's at. It's 107,000. MSTR is worth billions and billions of dollars. Many people think this is just the beginning, including Wall Street. So the big, beautiful bill, whatever you think about the bill, doesn't really matter. If you're happy about Bitcoin and happy about MSTR, Bitcoin gained 38% last time Trump passed a big spending bill. So let's see what happens this time, my friends. Back in 2020, Trump passed a huge COVID bill. Bitcoin pumped almost 40% after. Now, meanwhile, that was COVID, and that was extraordinarily different times. However, the money supply continues to go up, M2. And as the M2, the money supply goes up, Bitcoin trails that by about a 3 to 6 month lag, meaning it's an indicator when the money supply goes up that Bitcoin goes up as well. And the money supply keeps going up and keeps going up, which is good for Bitcoin. It happened in COVID. It's happening now. It's going to continue to happen. If his new big, beautiful bill passes, could we see 150K Bitcoin? We will see. Okay. If you didn't watch my video yesterday, what was the institution? I can't remember the damn institution now. That is very terrible. It'll come to me in just a moment. Who was predicting a $200,000 Bitcoin? Okay. Debt is exploding, and that's good for Bitcoin. U.S. debt might reach $40 trillion in 2025. Pretty crazy. The more dollars the U.S. prints, the more valuable Bitcoin becomes, because Bitcoin can't be printed. It's fixed at 21 million. It only has 21 million. And TC, I agree. I hope the Fed lowers freaking interest rates too, because they need to lower the interest rates. In fact, Trump is calling for Powell's resignation on this. They reported a jobs report the other day that's so inflated and so ridiculous. I don't even believe that it's true. But they continue to report false data, and that's sometimes what the Fed does. Just lower the damn interest rates. The world needs it. The economy needs it. People need to borrow cheap money if they actually want to borrow money. Borrowing cheap money and putting that money into Bitcoin, not financial advice, but that's what I've done in the past, and it works. Even borrowing at 7 or 8% and earning 56% a year, or if Bitcoin does 29% a year for the next 21 years, like Saylor says it will do, then that's a hell of a return. Okay, back to the beach here. Here we go. Global M2 hit a record of 55.4 trillion. Bitcoin follows M2. Bitcoin follows M2. Bitcoin follows M2. If you watch the money supply graph, go look it up yourself. You'll see as it goes up, you'll see Bitcoin is perfectly trailing it with a 3-month lag. So it goes up. It's been going up. It continues to go up, which means Bitcoin, if it follows the same trend, will continue to go up. When the world money supply increases, Bitcoin often goes up with a little delay. More money equals more fuel for Bitcoin. Also, lowering the interest rates, which we know is going to happen this year. The Fed has made this clear that they will lower interest rates this year. I believe it's going to happen. So then when the interest rates get lowered, more money into people's pockets, they go into risk on assets like Bitcoin. Although some people think Bitcoin's not risk on anymore, but I still think it's risk on asset. Okay, so that's the story. Wild ride for MSTR. If you're just joining us, MSTR over the last year is up a couple 100%, fueled by 597,000 of Bitcoin. They continue to stack. They're going to stack Monday again. They always stack. In fact, they stack like Saturday or Sunday night. And analysts say a 590 price target for Bitcoin. That's just TD Cowen saying that. Many analysts have different perspectives on this. I think 590 is definitely going to happen. That's my personal opinion. Okay. So Bitcoin is freedom. You hear from our fearless leader, Saylor here. It says Bitcoin is freedom. I'm going to be buying the top forever. Look at him in his little outfit there. There we go, buying the top. And just in BlackRock Spot Bitcoin ETF, IBIT is now the third highest revenue generating ETF for BlackRock's out of 1,197 funds. That's pretty impressive, guys. The Bitcoin ETF, the third highest generating ETF for BlackRock out of 1,197 funds, says the Bitcoin therapist. And the product, the ETF, is only 18 months old. Is this insane or is this insane, right? This is insanely cool. Do you think they're going to push more Bitcoin? Do you think Fink is going to push more Bitcoin? I think so, okay? It's just going to keep going. Historical Bitcoin prices for July 4th. Last July 4th, we were at $58,000. This July 4th, we're at $107,000, almost double. Those are the prices. Happy July 4th to all of you. There we go, okay? Just in, a dormant Satoshi era address moved 10,000 Bitcoin worth $1.09 billion after 14 years. What does that mean? We will find out. So, Bitcoin therapist also says the United States is dominating the Bitcoin treasury company. If you don't know about Bitcoin treasury companies, I'm sure you do because if you know about MSTR, but you might not know the number of Bitcoin treasury companies are actually popping up in the world. And you look at Strategy at number 1, 597,000 Bitcoin, but you look at Mara number 2 with 49,000, and then you look at other companies like 21 with 37,000, Riot Platforms, and then of course Metaplanet that's up like 9,000% this year with 13,000. But look at the U.S. is dominating the airwaves here. U.S. is just crushing it. Okay, we got Japan in there as well. But the U.S. is literally winning the game on Bitcoin treasuries. 147 and counting Bitcoin treasury companies. I think that this is just going to become a normal thing in the next 2 to 5 years, and thousands and thousands and thousands of companies will have Bitcoin on the treasury, and it'll just be the thing to do if they want to stay in business. Okay, Strategy, stock, July, price on July 4th. Again, we look at this, 2020 all the way to 2025. In 2020, the price was $12. Can you believe I bought some shares in 2020, but I didn't hold on to it long term? Big mistake. But I bought my first shares in 2020 of Strategy, and then I bought early in 2024 when Strategy's price for me, it was at $79 and $120. And I also bought some more Strategy in 2025 when the price was at $330 and $340 and $350 as well. Okay, there you have it. So this is it. We've got the slam dunk ATMs coming in. We got Strike, we got Stride, we got Strife, and they're probably going to issue more MSTR. That's probably their game. That has been the game in the past. When MSTR goes up and the share price is high, they'll issue more common shares. They'll tap the ATM, and then they'll buy more Bitcoin. So I expect a bigger buy on this Monday. And that is the weather in the sports, my friend. I hope it serves you. I hope you have an incredible, incredible July 4th. One more time, if you just missed us on this, because what happens when Strategy really, really hits the game? We're going to do a quick recap on here. But most importantly, if Strategy hits, what if Strategy hits 590 this year? Wouldn't it be exciting? What if Strategy starts mooning next week? So here's the words here.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit.
If you're a Back to the Future fan, you got to love this. Come on, all right? Game on. We're going to end it with that today. We covered multiple things today in terms of what TD Cowen thinks with Strategy is going to hit 590. And multiple other things that we covered. Go watch the video. I have to run. 590 this year would be beautiful. I totally agree. I think we're going higher than 590 this year, guys. 590 would be good. I do think we're going higher. Remember, the all-time high before was 560 after hours approximately. And I think it was 560 or 540 something. I think it was 560. So if we hit that already and Bitcoin treasuries continue to buy like they're buying and the ETFs continue to buy like they're buying, all of that happened last year and we didn't have the Bitcoin treasuries buying as fast as they were. We didn't have the ETFs buying really, well, we did have the ETFs accumulating, but now we have two forces in the marketplace going. I think we're going to see some big moves this year, and that's what I'm counting on. Not financial advice, not tax advice. I hope you guys are amazing. Have a great July 4th, and I got to run, and you guys are incredible. See you soon.